Yeah, we'll just transition. So close your eyes, please, and be aware of what it feels like to be in your body. And send cords into the earth as we do. Breathe the energy of the earth up into your body. Okay, good. And decide that in your mind silently, you're willing to see that everything that may vex you that matters actually serves a purpose. Everything that may inconvenience you, if it, really has an effect and it matters, serves a purpose. This is a reiteration of what we've talked about before with please decide you're willing to see you've always been supported and you've always been powerfully co-creating what goes on in your life. This is Djehuty, if you haven't noticed, and just FYI. And what I want to say to you is I want to just reinforce the invitation of a long-term view of these things you've learned and these processes you have unfolded through these classes, through your other work as a person on a spiritual path, as a human. And I want you to ground into this long-term view. Now that it's been time since these classes have closed, you're still living with the parts of you who carry the content. And sometimes, whether old, lingering, repeated issues or new things, we may forget that we are powerfully co-creating whatever we experience. So just kind of ground into that right now. I'm willing to see the major parts of my life, the things that affect me, are my co-creations, even if I don't at first understand why. I'm willing to see this truth. And if, whether an old issue or a new issue, you feel caught in inclement weather of emotions and energies, the earth is always the stable influence for you to tap into. Okay, good. Now, we can do some energy work here. If you would like to receive this in your mind, say yes, please. Thank you in advance. It's going to be a slight Metatron frequency, which is what the channel has used during any of these meditations with energy work during class. Okay, he's going to start sending that in a few seconds here. Okay. Continue breathing the energy of the earth up into your body. And decide that you're willing to have compassion for inner doubters, inner naysayers, inner distraction generators. That you will listen with compassion to the parts of you who maybe don't always or sometimes want to go in the direction you've chosen. And in the long run, as we've discussed at length, making them your ally through this compassionate listening, through validating what you have been through, what they have experienced. Okay, that's paragraph number 1. Paragraph number 2 centers on choosing autonomy through constructive, intentional, methodical, self-respecting choices. In other words, not freedom through rebellion that may or may not be grounded, but autonomy through self-respecting choices, through raising the bar on how you're willing to be yourself. So breathe the energy of the earth fully up into your body. Let it fill all parts of your body, connecting all parts of your body together. And I want you to decide, there is a purpose for me to be here. Sometimes I may be out of touch with it. Sometimes I may not know this because I'm distracted by the parts. But I was born for a good reason and I'm welcome here. And I have the right to say yes and no. And I have the ever-present invitation to raise the bar regarding self-respecting choices. So in all the ways I've been defined by the world or society or family history, past, family, present dynamics, in all the ways I've been defined by one-on-one relationships or the big things that occur in our lives that shape us, the coming true or the coming to life, the disempowered beliefs and emotions or karmas in front of me that have made a mark or 20 marks that have left some wounds or scar tissues. I've been co-creating these things, but I have the choice to assert who I am. And all of my choices are based in self-respect. And defined by my experiences, I can choose to raise the bar for myself and create autonomy and freedom in the healthiest ways possible, not through denial of self or denial of how important things have affected us, but through conscious, intentional, methodical, self-respecting choices. So please decide any debris related to these issues that's ready to leave, or any other issues that may be ready to leave. Decide those energies must leave. Because I choose to raise the bar toward intentional, methodical self-respect, always raising the bar. Thank you. That's paragraph 2. Paragraph 3. There are things that we go through that we sometimes cannot say no to because they are part of this karmic path or the coming true again in front of us. Difficult things we need to learn to grow through, into and through and because of. So I want you to be clear that you have autonomy and you can say yes and no. Yet there are some things that are, so to speak, seeming or feeling or being in your way that may sometimes fluster you, perplex you, that you can't seem to get through. And the answer, the thing is, it is yet. Can't yet seem. Haven't yet discovered the nugget that must be discovered in order to unlock this issue. Yes, you have free will. Yes, you have agency. Yes, your choices matter. And sometimes there are things that you are not yet complete in working through. You have not yet understood in totality, which means you have not yet made full contact with the part of you who carries it, who carries the painful memory from many lives. So remember that you have a regenerative capacity, while also have compassion for yourself. Some longer term things are hard and seem not changeable. And I want to reinforce again, it is about time, depth, understanding, and have you processed through something, or are you resisting something difficult? So decide, please, that all energies fitting with this that can leave, that do not serve you, must leave. Old self-images because of what you've experienced. If there are bits of disempowerment or chunks or icebergs of disempowerment because you have tried to change something and it doesn't change, decide, okay, certain things I have to go through in a long-term fashion. Some things I can say, no, that is not respect. No, that is not what I'm creating. And other things may linger. You are not doing it wrong if some lesson comes back to you repeatedly. So please just decide you're willing to clear all such energies that are ready to leave. Decide once again, please, all of my choices are based in self-respect. All of my choices lead to self-care.